Hello YouTube, Wes here checking in once again with my vinyl and CD finds from the Friends of the Library book sale for Alachua County Friends of the Library. The sale happens twice a year. These are my finds from the spring 2025 sale that happened a couple weeks ago now. And these are my finds from the final day of the sale, the 10-cent day, the fun day where you just go in the warehouse and everything that's left over is 10 cents a piece. So you can really fill up a bag and only spend a few dollars, which is what I did. We're going to start off today talking about the 7-inch singles I found. I did spend some time looking at the 7-inch singles and picked up a nice stack of 7-inch singles. Don't normally pick up this many, but it's always fun to go through and check them out, see what's left over. So this first one we got here is from Byron Lee and the Dragonaires. Every Day Will Be a Monday is the track on this one. So some nice reggae, and Slow Run is the B-side. Next up, we got a picture sleeve version of The Fix, One Thing Leads to Another, one of their big hit songs. And the B-side is the song Opinions, which I'm not sure is an album track, so that's pretty cool. That comes from the Reach the Beach album, which I do have. Next up, we got James Taylor's Fire and Rain on the Green Warner Brother label, and the B-side is Anywhere Like Heaven. I do like Fire and Rain, but I'm not familiar with Anywhere Like Heaven. Next up, we have Exile with Kiss You All Over, and the B-side is Didn't Do It. So I do like Kiss You All Over, but didn't know the B-side, so we'll have that one. Here's another cool one, another cool picture sleeve. We have Styx with Renegade, and the B-side is Sing for the Day on that one. Next up, this one is a complete blind buy. Marilyn Sellers, One Day at a Time, and California is the B-side on that one. Next up, we got the Romantics with Talking in Your Sleep and I'm Hip. Another one from Styx here. This is Blue Collar Man and Superstars. One here from Journey. This is Open Arms and Little Girl. Bill Haley, See You Later Alligator, and Shake, Rattle, and Roll. So two big hits from them. We got Rat with Dance and Take a Chance. Here's a fun one. Bruce Willis, Under the Boardwalk, and Jackpot. So I do have the Bruce Willis album. That's a cool 7-inch single. Van McCoy with The Hustle on the Avco label, and Hey Girl, Come and Get It. This is another blind buy. Grabbed it just because I thought the label was cool. This is Want Ads by the Honeycomb. And the B-side on this one is We Belong Together. So, never heard of the Honeycomb, but we're going to check them out. This next one's on the Regency label by a group called Diesel, and Sausalita Summer Night. And the B-side is Bite Back. I think Diesel did that What's in a Tank album, if I remember correctly. Here's a really cool one. Duran Duran, Union of the Snake, and the B-side is Secret October. This one should have a picture sleeve, but it's missing. That's all right. Here's a song I'm familiar with, but I'm not familiar with this group. This is on the Glory label, so it might be a Christian group. I'm not sure. The Terriers, doing the Banana Boat song, and No Hiding Place is the B-side. So I do know the Banana Boat song, but I don't know that particular version. Here's a classic, The Cars with Shake It Up. And the B-side is Cruiser. Something on the Trip label, kind of a cool, neat label. Jimmy Clanton, Just a Dream. I believe this is country artist. And then Venus in Blue Jeans is the B-side, looks like. Next up, we've got one here from the Pretenders, Back on the Chain Gang, big hit from them, and My City Was Gone. Cool one here from Blondie, Island of Lost Souls, and Dragonfly. Next up, Dion and Friends, that's what Friends Are For, featuring Elton John, Gladys Knight, and Stevie Wonder, classic 80s track. And side B is Two Ships Passing in the Night. Next up, we got Loverboy, Working for the Weekend, and Emotional is the B-side. And last but not least, we have U2, Where the Streets Have No Name. And the B-side is Silver and Gold. So that does it for the 7-inch. Let's get into the LPs I picked up while I was there. This was a blind buy for me. Looked pretty interesting. Should be some good Southern rock here. T. Talton, B. Stewart, and Jay Sandlin with Happy to Be Alive. They're on Capricorn Records, so good label. Never heard of this group before, never seen this record before. Just looked interesting, so for a dime, give it a shot. Did pick up a little bit more Schlager stuff, a couple of Heinche records. This first one, self-titled, and Der Schanztertag. This next one I do already have, but I thought for $1 or for 10 cents, might as well have a dupe. Southside Johnny and Asbury Dukes. This time for real. Okay, and then I got into this vein where it was just all Everly Brothers and just some 80s, a lot of 80s stuff, which I wasn't even aware of. But yeah, here's Everly Brothers, Born Yesterday from 1986. So yeah, was not aware of these albums. But yeah, Everly Brothers, Born Yesterday. Here is a concert of the Everly Brothers on Passport Records, reunion concert, live at the Albert Hall, September 23rd, 1983. Nice 2 LP lineup on this one from them. So that'll be fun. Here's one, maybe late 60s, early 70s on this one. Yeah, 1970 is the year. Everly Brothers, Chained to a Memory. So some older Everly Brothers stuff. This one's from 1985, Everly Brothers, Born Yesterday. And this happens to be a German pressing of it. So yeah, I thought that was neat to get a nice little Everly Brothers collection going there. Here's one I see a lot, never actually grabbed. I went ahead and grabbed this one. It's in good condition. It has a poster in it. Leif Garrett, self-titled. Okay, this next one, folk rock album, modern folk rock album. I passed on this on day one. I did see it there. I thought I almost bought it. I think I might have had it in my bag for a little while and ended up putting it back. But then it was still there on the last day of the sale. So apparently nobody else wanted it, but I decided, yeah, for 10 cents, I'm going to go ahead and grab it. This is The Hidden Cameras with Awu. So yeah, don't know anything about this. Complete blind buy, but it is supposed to be folk rock, so should be pretty good. When did this come out? 2006. So not as new as I thought it was, but still fairly new. This one had a kind of an interesting look to it as well. Surprisingly, I've never seen this. I recognize the name, but never seen this particular album. Shortcut Draw Blood by Jim Capaldi on Island Records. So I just had kind of an interesting look to it. This is listed as soft rock and funk, so it could be good. Let's check it out. Here's some nice blues. Savoy Brown featuring Kim Simmons. Wire Fire. Pretty cool album cover on that one. I do like that. And yeah. Next up, we got Joe Cocker with Jamaica Say You Will. Heard good things about this one. Kind of a lesser known Joe Cocker album, but yeah, I'd like to hear it. So for a dime, I'm going to grab it. This is another one I almost picked up on the first day of the sale, but ended up putting it back. Steel Eye Span, Below the Salt. Some nice UK folk stuff here. Not too much going on the gatefold on this one, but yeah, would like to hear that. So I have it now. Got one here by John Hyatt. This one's titled All of a Sudden. Yeah, I recognize the name John Hyatt, but I can't place what it sounds like, so I went ahead and grabbed this. That's some 80s pop rock kind of stuff, so probably we'll recognize something on here, I would imagine. Next up, Pete Townsend solo album. This is Chinese Eyes. I do believe I have another copy of this, but wanted to go ahead and grab this one since it's really clean. So that was fun for 10 cents. Next up, another duplicate for me. Again, just really clean, and for 10 cents, I wasn't going to leave it behind. Rycooter, the slide area. I do really enjoy Rycooter, so glad to have found that one. Okay, this is another one that I had potentially was going to buy on the first day of the sale, but it was $2, and I'm like, do I really want to pay $2 for this? No. But for 10 cents, okay, yes. Donny Osmond Disco Train, and that is just a nutty, I might make this the thumbnail, just because it's a crazy album cover. Just, it's just crazy looking, and I want to hear it. So for 10 cents, for $2, no. For 10 cents, yes. And the last of the LPs, we have Long John Baldry with Long John's Blues. Okay, and then finally we're going to get to the CDs I picked up. As I said, the CDs were quite popular at this sale. Normally on the 10-cent day, I have this huge stack of CDs, but there just wasn't a lot left over on the last day. And they had already put out everything also. Normally, you know, they have some overstock, so as things sell, they fill up the bins again, and they had just already, you know, filled up the bins with what they had and what people had donated, and things were just picked over. So yeah, the 10-cent day, don't sleep on it. Don't sleep on the CDs anymore until 10-cent day, because there's likely not going to be much left. But I did find a few things here. This is a pop folk group titled Shell. Just Crazy Enough is the title. It looks like an all-female group. This next one was a really cool find. I was glad to have found this. This is Smokey with How Far Will You Go? So apparently Smokey was a glam artist from the 70s. Really well loved by critics, but as far as becoming a star and being popular, it seemed to be a struggle. Might have had to do with them being queer, but just seemed like a really interesting artist, and I do want to explore this. So I was glad to have found that, and that one seems to be pretty collectible as well, which is nice. Found some cool electronic music on the 4AD label. This is Holly Herndon with Proto. This next one's another blind buy listed as folk. This is Debbie Stewart with Wrongs of Passage. Next up, we got an art rock group called Happy Roads with their album Warpaint. Not sure what that's going to be like, but it looks pretty cool. Got one here from Lil Bow Wow, Doggy Bag. We go from Lil Bow Wow to Lil Mama, VYP, Voice of the Young People. This is a group I've heard of before, but never really taken the time to listen to their music. This is Travis, the Invisible Band. Kind of Britpop kind of stuff. This is cool, kind of private press fusion jazz artist Larry Steen with First Move. And lastly, we have another one for the Now That's What I Call Music collection. This is Now That's What I Call Music number 46. So that does it for my 10-cent day finds from the Friends of the Library book sale. Hope you enjoyed my finds. The next sale will be in October. Go to folacld.org to find out more about the future sales. I'll put a link to that in the show notes, or try to put a link to that in the show notes as well. But yeah, it's a fun sale. I always enjoy going, and I'm glad it's still going on. I've been going to it since I was very, very young. I've been going to this sale for probably over 40 years at this point, and it's always been a fun event. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Leave me any comments you have down in the comment section down below. Give me a like. Subscribe if you aren't already, so you can be kept up to date with future episodes. Thank you very much. Have a great day, great night, stay woke, and enjoy some great music. Cheers.